Hello everyone and welcome to my cruise channel. Today we're going to talk about the many free options that Royal Caribbean has for dining. Now before we get into all that, if you like this video, if you find it at all helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. Alright, so let's get started. So Royal Caribbean has many free food options including Mini Bites, the Windjammer Marketplace, the main dining room, El Loco Fresh, Sprinkles, the Doghouse, Splashaway Bay, Sorrento's Pizza, Cafe Promenade, Noodles, and the Solarium Bistro. Of this listing, I have been to just about every single venue except for the Doghouse, Splashaway Cafe, Noodles, and Mini Bites. So here's a rundown of each of the venues. So up first is Cafe Promenade. If you're looking for sweets, look no further. Cafe Promenade tends to offer sweets and cold cut sandwiches. Although generally smaller than the Windjammer, not many people know that on many ships, Cafe Promenade is open on embarkation day. So if you don't want to fight the crowds in the Windjammer, Cafe Promenade might be a fantastic alternative. We tend to eat breakfast here on debarkation day to avoid the crowds. We also might stop in on our way to or from a show, as the venue stays open later than most of the other food venues on the ships. Next up is mine and Sophie's favorite pizza spot on the planet, and that's Sorrento's. By the slice or by the pie, you can have all the pizza you want for absolutely free. You'll find your typical types of pizza here, but what I like is the fact that it's not very greasy like some of the other pizza places tend to be. Generally, even though the place does tend to be crowded as it often shares a space with Cafe Promenade, the wait really isn't that long, so my family and I tend to eat dinner here before catching the show. Now, if you're looking for more of a traditional dining experience, the main dining room is a great option for a sit-down dinner. There's usually two seatings, one early and one late. Here is where you'll find different types of cruisers. Those of us who like the fixed dining time, sometimes referred to as traditional dining, and those who like to show up when it's convenient for them or make reservations the day they plan to eat there. This is sometimes known as my time dining. This is where you'll have a little bit more upscale offerings that you won't get at the Windjammer, such as my favorite creme brulee, lobster, shrimp cocktail, or even steak. There's is a 3-course meal, and you will be assigned a waiter and a staff to take your order. If you can't decide on what you want to eat, that's fine. You're often allowed to have up to 2 servings without being charged extra. Sometimes there's a dress code, so please be sure to check your cruise compass to find out what the theme of the night is. On a 7-day cruise, you'll usually have 2 formal nights and 5 casual nights. On longer cruises, you may have more formal nights. Pro tip, if you don't want to fight the crowds at the Windjammer, the main dining room is often open for breakfast, and it's free. El Loco Fresh is one of Royal's Mexican restaurants. It's basically buffet-style Tex-Mex, which I didn't really care for, to be quite honest with you. I do love my Mexican food, but I don't care to have refried beans or sour cream, which seem to be on top of everything. Next up is Sprinkles. Although not technically a restaurant, Sprinkles is Royal's free ice cream station. You'll typically find stations either in the Windjammer or on the Lido. This is one of mine and my mom's favorite spots. It's a tradition that we seek out Sprinkles for an embarkation day ice cream. You'll usually find your chocolate and your vanilla flavors, although there's usually a third flavor added in, such as strawberry. If you can't decide on a flavor, no worries. Many times you can get a twist, meaning that you'll have half of one flavor and half of another. So it's the best of both worlds. And is my favorite sundae to get. The 2 best flavors I've had together, oddly enough, were strawberry and chocolate. The only thing that would make this venue perfect would be adding toppings. Finally, we have the Solarium Bistro, which is one of my family's overall favorite places to eat. Yes, the solarium itself is for guests 16 and up. However, children can pass through the solarium provided they don't hang around. Children are allowed to dine in the Solarium Bistro, provided they're with an adult. This is another great option if you want to avoid the crowds at the Windjammer, especially since they tend to have the same offerings as they would have in the Windjammer. Many people don't know that the Solarium Bistro is often open for breakfast and lunch, and sometimes they'll open for dinner too, and children are allowed with their families, so you'll generally find less crowds here. So that's what I have for now. Seasoned cruisers, where's your favorite venue to eat on a ship? We would love to hear about it in the comments below. And as always, bon voyage!